Vans, the floats, the pageantry and the tradition, and history brought to life.
I want to see the big turkey.
It's time to kick off the holidays
I love it!
in America's hometown. Live from Plymouth, Massachusetts, streaming coast to coast on very local, WCVB Channel 5 presents America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Plymouth, Massachusetts. I'm Doug Meehan.
And I'm Antoinette Antonio. We are so excited to once again be bringing you America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration on TV and streaming on our very local app. And we could not do this without the two people sitting here next to us, Dr. Paul Jaley, better known to us as Paul the Pilgrim.
And of course, the man who has put his heart and soul into creating this extraordinary event for more than 2 decades now, Ollie DiMacedo. Gentlemen, thank you very much to you both. They're going to help us bring you this amazing history pack in this parade come to life.
So is everyone ready?
We're
Let's
ready.
get this thing started. Ed, Maria, Cindy, Katie, Mike, and Duke are on our WCVB float. Guys, are you guys ready in the rain?
Oh, it's a rhetorical question, apparently. That's fine.
We're going to bring the energy along this parade route, regardless of what the weather may be.
Oh, yes. I can confirm, Mike, it is raining. And it is windy. But you know what? There are some hardy folks already getting here and ready to go. This is going to be a great parade.
You guys excited?
Well, listen, it's raining, but appropriately we're on a float. So it's good.
You know what? The rain doesn't change. The energy here and the passion here, and this is one of the greatest parades ever.
Right.
And
It
we
is.
still feel it. We don't care about the rain.
That's
No.
right.
Are you ready to ride, Charlie?
Yes.
Yes, we're ready to go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. We
Charlie's
appreciate
so
it. Enjoy the parade. Tell everybody along the route we said hello. And you know what's amazing for you folks that are at home, cozy and warm, cuddled by the fire with a hot cocoa, watching the parade. There are some hardy people that have come down to Plymouth, Massachusetts to join us along the parade route.
I'm not
We
hearing
want to
it.
give you guys a huge shout out this morning and a big thank you. This is the spirit of Plymouth, and we thank you.
When we say hardy New Englanders, this is what we are talking about right here. Everyone lined along Water Street to watch all the action. And here it goes with our first float making its way down Water Street, starting right there at Plymouth Rock.
You know, this first float, the two people leading it, welcoming the parade, sets the tone for the theme of mother and son, next generation. To multi-generational, we're going to be talking about that the whole time.
Because
All
every
the way
year
through.
there's a theme within
There's
a theme.
within the theme. And we're going to see that, and there's going to be a big one, Ollie, coming up later.
There is.
And so
And this, I just want to say one thing about the float. Rockland Trust is our sponsor for
Yes.
the parade. And I want to thank them. They do so much for us. But in particular, this year I thought was really interesting is that the CEO, Jeff Tengel, came down to see how we build the floats. And he took the time to do that. And that meant a lot to me. We have so many great sponsors, but when they come down to see the nuts and bolts of it, it makes a huge difference. So I really appreciated that.
And it goes without saying a big shout out to all the volunteers that spent hours and hours putting everything together, and you'll see that as we come along. But we want to, of course, welcome on in our first high school marching band. They're from Plymouth North and South bands. Plymouth High School marching bands come to you from right here in America's hometown, Plymouth, Massachusetts. Students marching in today's parade are part of the marching band, the concert band, the orchestra, and color guard. These students are from 2 separate high schools. Let's listen in. Nicely done. I'm telling you what, that is not an easy thing to do, is to play your instruments in the rain and the cold. But the marching band is under direction of Bonnie Holmes, Alex Berger, Carolyn Grube, and senior drum major is Noah Lopes, and color guard captain is Lily Savoy.
By the way, they'll be traveling to Hawaii in December to perform for the Pearl Harbor Memorial Ceremony and Parade on December 7th. Right now, we have our State Police Mounted Unit along with the Department of Conservation and Recreation Mounted Unit as well. They are leading the way ahead of our next guest here, and we thank them for being here. This is our next float, the We Too. So we are starting here around the 1600s, as we've been telling you that this is going to be a history lesson on wheels, if you will. So we are starting with the We Too float, which was created to replicate the coastal dwellings of the early Wampanoag tribes in honor of the original inhabitants of this land.
And of course, that native population that was here, the Pilgrims would never have survived without their
Never.
assistance and their help and the peace treaty that came later. And it was phenomenal. They found the cleared farmlands because it was a graveyard, because of all those that had died, you know, once there was not the immunity for the diseases that would happen and that kind of thing. So this is honorable. We always do this to start with the Native Americans. They were here first.
Very important that this is also Native American Heritage Month
right.
this November.
That's right.
It's amazing that they were able to survive winters.
Oh.
In those We Twos. It really is
Yeah, that's
incredible.
right.
All right, here we are, the Mayflower 2 replica, 1609 to 1620. Let's take a good look at this here. And I'll tell you, Ollie, what went into building this ship, but the history of what's going on with the folks being represented today here, really remarkable.
It is. It's. I mean, we have a lot of pride in this ship. It took us a month to build, but it's beautiful and it represents a lot of different things. And you were down at the barn, you saw some of the intricate parts of this, and that's what makes this thing all important, because it's all people, local people from far away that come and help us build all these floats. So it's fantastic.
And this is one of those floats that actually looks like it floats.
It does.
Remember
It pivots. It pivots in
back
the
and-
center there.
So,
Well, if it rains enough, we might need it too.
here comes the flyby. Awesome.
Take this in. This is awesome.
Yes. United States Marine Corps flight demonstration.
Boy, if that doesn't give you chills and a rumble in your tummy, I don't know what is. That is powerful. Thank you to the United States Marine Corps flight demonstration flyover. There was some question whether or not we'd be able to get that in given today's weather, but the Marines show up. Hoorah!
We do.
That's right. And of course, the Pilgrims, you'll see Pilgrims all throughout the parade, and those individuals that came here based on their faith, but also came here and survived and had that tremendous amount of determination.
Right now, we have the New York Skyliners, the New York Skyliners Alumni Drum and Bugle Corps, celebrating their 30th anniversary season. They're still going strong with their creative team. They have put together a music program from the archives with some of their greatest hits, drawing heavily from the 70s, bringing nostalgic, entertaining, and crowd-pleasing sounds. Let's listen.
Well, you know what's awesome about this group here? They started as a junior corps after the vets had returned from World War II in 1945. So it started off as a junior corps, and then it continued through the years as the Skyliners. And nice to see them be a part of our parade here this morning. A lot of these folks we see in the hotel rooms,
Yes.
not in the rooms themselves, in the hotel lobby beforehand, and they were all pumped up, every single one of them ready to go, rain or shine.
Loving the Santa hats and little tease of what's to come at the end of the program.
I think we may know a couple of the folks that are coming up in our
right.
next
Yeah,
float here.
we might know these guys. Well,
Oh, the
here,
Pilgrims.
I want to tell you about
Yes.
the Pilgrim Puppets.
Yeah, tell us about these, Ollie, how they...
Man, they made it. Look at it. A little wet, but they're still slaving away, getting it through. And I think it's fantastic. You know, our friend Jeff Cohen is sponsoring those, and Won't Stop Painting. And, you know, he's done a wonderful job for us in a lot of ways, but we just want to honor him. And here you are now.
What are those things about 10 feet tall? man?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, standing 10 feet tall is the crew from WCVB, Channel 5. We are so proud to take part in today's parade. What do you guys got going on up there on that float?
Hey, you guys, good morning. We've got T-shirts throwing out. We are loving it. Rain or shine.
Yes, the T-shirts are a little wet, but that is okay. Look at all of these folks that have come out here to be proud of their hometown and celebrate this fantastic parade. A little bit of rain is not going to ruin this parade.
We love you, Plymouth. We're so happy to be back this morning.
Just awesome. I never knew Katie was a lefty, but she could really.
You knew that.
She could really throw that thing up the hill there.
Thank
Pretty
you.
good. Good arm.
All right, guys, our grand marshals here. Thank you guys so much. And also, thank all the people for being out here in the rain, sitting on Coles Hill. They have been camped out there. They have been waiting for this moment. Let's get them some t-shirts, guys. All right, great times.
Awesome. Oh,
I know we
great.
need.
Thank you, Plymouth.
That's good. You know, and right behind this is a banner for Plymouth Rock Foundation, and I'm proud to be a member of the Plymouth Rock Foundation, leading it, and also the fact that it was one of the original sponsors, Ollie, when we first got started many years ago.
Nice to
and
see
board
you.
members are here as well, all over the stands and in different places. Great to be here.
Explain why it's so important to preserve and propagate the Pilgrim story.
Right, and the idea is preserving original documents, preserving the history, so people can read it from their own words. And that kind of previews into this, going into the first Thanksgiving float. And of course, this is a iconic aspect of the Pilgrim story. Without the peace treaty with the natives and the reconciliation service in August, that probably wouldn't have been a first Thanksgiving.
And the first Thanksgiving wasn't actually in late November. It was
No.
actually in October,
October,
because
right.
this would have been too late in the growing season.
Exactly, and so and most likely October, and of course we don't know the exact date, and we don't know who invited whom, but we do know they got together, which is amazing.
And we
I
do
think so
know
was-
approximately 50 pilgrims were there the first Thanksgiving.
Approximately 50 and approximately 90 natives.
I'm guessing it wasn't a text chain.
No, and not only that, can you imagine having 140 guests at your Thanksgiving?
I can't imagine having 5, so.
Ollie, you can.
I had that in my family reunion.
You did.
Yeah, 120
wow.
strong, yeah.
Paul, to this point, though, this was a very religious gathering as well.
Oh, yes. Now, remember, they came as a church plant. So they came as a church, even not everybody. They came when the Mayflower was from their church. But they came for that concept. And so this was, to them, there was nothing non-religious in that sense. Even though it was not a fast, it was not a prayer meeting, it was a feast, a 3-day feast. So feasting has a lot to do with Thanksgiving, Doug.
Well, they all look happy and smiling along as they get ready to see everybody else on the parade route. And we got to give a little shout out to Abe Lincoln, who gave us our first Thanksgiving in 1863, where we stand today. So
Right.
have a great parade, everybody. We thank the Pilgrims for
Doug, you've become a scholar now.
well, it's
History, I like that.
free time to spend on the internet before the parade.
Well,
Here
you
we
notice
have-
the different groups that are right around these are also from the 1600s. That New Plymouth Guard earlier in there, and then here, the Ancient and Honorable.
Yes, chartered in 1638, the Ancient and Honorable Artillery is the oldest chartered military organization in the Western Hemisphere, located right in Boston's Faneuil Hall since 1746.
What's amazing too is you can go up there and visit their hall
right.
up there. Which
Quite
is
a
pretty, it's
museum.
pretty awesome. When you see all the photographs
Yeah.
of the various members over the years, we salute you all for keeping that tradition alive and well.
Yes, and they really take it seriously, and they still read the Declaration of Independence on that balcony every year.
And that is, if I'm not mistaken, the second place that the Declaration of Independence was read publicly. First
That's right.
in Pennsylvania, and then second down there at the First
That's
State
right.
House in Boston.
That's right, and really, they keep this organization alive and really preserve its history, which is great to see. And Ollie, it's great to see these various groups coming from and history. And you know, once we come up to this cornucopia float, tell them about this. This was the you redid this as well.
Well, we did, but you see the cornucopia there. I really want to do a shout out. There was a family from Ohio that came out one year, Scott Bailey and his family, and there's over 3,000 feet of rope there that we created that cornucopia. Wow. And it's just, this depicts what I think about America, the land of plenty, so much for everyone. Everyone gets blessed. What a great country we live in. But this is what this float really represents. And we just redid it, the farmhouse, of course. We all know growing up the years ago, everything was about the farmhouse, the fields, working hard all day, and just sustaining itself. So this is what America really represents. So this cornucopia does that.
Yeah, thinking about all the farmers and the food service workers too that work very tirelessly to make sure that we all have the food that we need. We take that for granted that
Yes, we do.
we just walk into the supermarket and pick it up off a shelf when there are hardworking farmers out there.
And still a lot of folks in this country are food insecure, and so we want to thank everybody that helps those that may be suffering from food insecurity at this time, but there's a lot of folks out there that are helping, and it's really great.
And that's
We're going to try to deal with that a little bit later in the parade.
Oh, yes, we
will.
are.
But
An
you know,
annual
Thanksgiving
tradition.
was always a part that giving thanks for what you do have, but giving as well, and giving to those in need.
It really is a remarkable feat that you guys pull off, Ollie, every single year with these floats that are.
Like my little rocking chair there, and the little
is that from your
dog.
house?
No.
Oh, all right. But you guys take these things and you scale them down.
We do.
You take an actual size building and take the plans and scale them down.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, we do. We enjoy it. I mean, for me, that's really where the thrill is. You know, I just really enjoy putting these things together, thinking about them all night long. My wife goes to sleep, and I'm still thinking.
Still
about
working.
It. Yeah, but it's good. It's a wonderful thing, and we get to tell the story. And I tell people all the time, it's about the story. You know, our parade is great. One of the main reasons is because we do tell a story of our great land. So this is just part of it, and that farmers and the cornucopia that represents all of that.
Okay, well, we are going to have much more from America's Hometown Thanksgiving celebration coming up right after this break. Stay with us.
Now, back to America's Hometown Thanksgiving celebration.
Welcome back to Plymouth, Massachusetts, where we are having a great time at America's Hometown Thanksgiving Parade. Here we have our next performers out here. They are going to give us a great show. It is the Salem, New Hampshire Blue Devil Band.
All right, so Salem High School Blue Devil Marching Band and Color Guard, well known throughout the region for its field shows, concerts, parade appearances, and Winter Guard percussion ensemble. Take it away, kids. Thank you so much to the Salem, New Hampshire Blue Devil Marching Band. Well done, and I'm telling you, the idea of playing in this rain, but later on they're going to have to dry out those instruments and polish them all up once again because they're going to be soaking wet, but well done.
Worth mentioning that these guys have performed at the Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York, the Citrus Bowl Parade in Orlando, Cherry Blossom Festival Parade in Washington, D.C. Let's welcome them to America's hometown.
Awesome.
Great job, everyone.
Awesome. Great job. And right behind this now, Doug, this is a turkey in the wild.
All right.
Now, Ollie, you made this float many years ago.
Hand carved.
I was young. My kids were in diapers, I think.
Now, the head moves, doesn't it?
It does sometimes.
Weather permitting.
It's weather permitting, yes.
You know that 88% of Americans will have turkey on Thanksgiving?
Wow.
88%.
And you know, turkey wasn't even the main course in the original Thanksgiving. It was all the other kinds of meat that was available here. But a turkey could run 25 miles an hour back then. It was tough to catch, Doug.
You know, I think they do the same these days. I just read an article the other day that there are 30 to 35,000 wild turkeys across Massachusetts.
Oh, there are now. Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Was this supposed to be our national bird before they decided to be the...
Ben Franklin wanted a turkey.
Yeah.
You know, but he was outvoted, though.
Oh, well.
We have some old Colony Club Model T cars making their way through the parade route here.
These are really special. Top up today, though.
You got it.
Top up today.
Yes,
These are really
indeed.
great.
Well, you know, we could have had snow today and not just rain. And the Harmon Snowshoe Company coming up here, most
Would have
people
been
are
ready.
unaware of them, that they went miles and miles through the snow of New England to make sure that they were prepared for any kind of defense.
And they were on scout and patrol mostly, right?
That's
They were
right.
out in the woods,
Yep.
kind of keeping an
Yep.
eye on things. And
Going a long distance. And you take a look at some of the original, all of these reenactors, you know, when you see them coming, they take pride in their uniforms. They take pride in the actual snowshoes. You can go in the portal to the past there and see it. And,
Right here we have Rogers Rangers. Is
That's
that
right.
this is right here? Another group of reenactors. And you know, when we talk about these reenactors, Paul, it's not just the reenactments they do. They preserve history.
That's right.
They promote education. They promote what they're doing. And you know, they're really dedicated to their craft.
Exactly. This is not the 1750s, so we're moving right through history here.
Yes.
But you could go and talk to them about that and how did they do it? How did they have the replica tents and all those kind of things right here. And
look,
maybe they're going to need them today.
Robert Rogers, light infantry British unit, defended the colonies against the French, but
That's right.
he was born in Methuen. And then his family moved to New Hampshire, what was prior to becoming Concord, New Hampshire, at 8 years old.
Hey, that's good. That's not the multi-generational again. Hey, Ollie, Doug's doing great.
Can you hear-
Yeah, he's doing good, yeah. But I did want to mention before we have our next thing, I want to Massasoit.
Yes.
Yes.
One of our sponsors. And one great thing with this whole thing that we do is about education. And one cool thing about the community college now in Massachusetts, you can get free education.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Free. It's unbelievable. So it's available to everyone.
I learned this, Ollie,
Yeah.
during our time over there at the float barn, is that the Plymouth Rock, where it sits today, is not the original site.
No, it's been moved 3 times.
Well, it is the original site where it was.
Well, sure,
The top
yeah,
half
yeah,
was
yeah.
moved in 1774 because Theophilus, well, he came down here and what he wanted to do, the militia, they wanted to move it so that people would fight in the American Revolution.
Wow.
And so it got separated though. The bottom half stayed down there.
While we're looking at that, I don't know if the camera crew could catch it, but up on top of that lift, a special shout out,
Yeah,
Ollie. You made.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell the folks real quickly?
This float, real quick, was our first woman driver. 17 years she rode this float. And she passed away this just a few months ago from cancer. And we're honoring her with this float tonight because so many people give so much to us.
That's
And
right.
I don't want to let it go by without.
And you know, you never
acknowledging
notice the
Nikki.
drivers, but I tell you,
Yeah, they're in there.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and she's still in there.
And worth mentioning that we were hearing earlier the Highland Light Scottish Band who just made their way through the parade route. Right now we have the Old Colony Club. And
Yes.
these are some more of the cars. And Paul, you're a member of the Old Colony
I am
Club,
a member
correct?
of the Old Colony Club, and that was the first club, actually, the men's club, oldest men's club, 1769. And, you know, that was a unifying factor. When they all got together, they stopped arguing about all the politics, and they went back and remembered their past. and brought unity. That seems kind of relevant, you know?
Paul, I just wanted to mention Ken Tavares here, who served our community for 55
Awesome.
years. And this year, he's our Citizens of the Year award. And I just thank Ken for all the years that he served this great community in Plymouth.
Let's thank
We're
Ken
honored.
Tavares, more than 50 years of public service.
All right,
Thank
we're
you,
moving on
Ken.
now to the Hingham Militia, a nonprofit educational organization dedicated to honoring the role of the militia in the Revolutionary War. Major Benjamin Lincoln of Hingham accepting the surrender of the British at Yorktown. Stand by, watch this. Well, it's good to know the powder's not wet.
That's right. That's
Still
good.
works. The old muskets, they still work, even in the
You know,
rain.
and when you're doing the revolution, we have to have both sides.
Oh, yes,
Well, you don't
yes.
just have,
We don't want the Hingham Militia to turn around right now because
No.
following them marching are His Majesty's 1st Regiment Foot Guard.
The Foot
Derek-
Guards represent and recreate British regiment of the American War for Independence. They portray the English Royal Brigade, who arrived in 1776. And well, we all knew what happened after that. Serving their king through the conflict and returned home in 1783.
And the interesting part about that is that the British all defended their king.
That's
but
right.
the colonies were defending their families in the bottom, the local. And that's what made it such a distinction. But it's great to have both sides here.
Yes,
But
yes.
you're right.
We are equal opportunity here.
Don't face each other.
Do not turn around.
Ancestors, by the way, of the Grenadier Guard, and their motto is second to none, which, if my math is correct, it makes them first.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right.
As we hit the Middlesex County volunteers, fife and drum. Now, fife and drum was also so pervasive throughout the colonies. And it's interesting that when you go all the way back to the drum, the fife and drum corps, the fife would play the melody of liberty, the drum would be the cadence, the discipline.
Today, this group is a repertoire ensemble performing a variety of folk dances drawn from the 17th, 18th, and 19th century. Let's hear some of them now.
All right, Middlesex County volunteers.
That's not easy to do. Not quite.
Especially in the 43-degree temperature right now. That's got to be a hard instrument to play, though.
Oh, yes.
You know what's awesome is that these folks dedicate themselves to keeping history alive.
That's right.
And it's really a dedication to preserving and sharing with future generations our past. And this is kind of where we're at with our theme today.
And over the years, Ollie has inspired me by wanting to do that as someone who came to America. And Ollie, you're home.
They let me in. They let me in.
Got to give a big shout out to those families up on the hill too that have decided to come out and join us.
Sitting on the wet
Still
ground.
smiling. Still smiling. I love it.
We love to see it.
It's the Sons of the American Revolution here, and again, that organization, which has spawned a lot of monuments, a lot of things to preserve that fight for independence.
Yeah, this group is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to promoting patriotism, preserving American history, teaching American history to future generations, comprised of male descendants of those who served in the Revolutionary War.
Right, and then there's the Daughters of the American Revolution as well, that preserve that. And I think, coming to these Old Colony Club cars is a great thing. Ollie, I think you brought them in many years ago.
Yeah, I love old cars.
I know, it's good, it's good.
I really enjoy them. I can still work on them, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, those cars you could
Today I
work on.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't work on today's cars.
Plug it into the computer and go.
Yeah, well, even when I was growing up, as old as I am, I didn't even see cars like this. It's amazing.
It's funny because everything you see, whether it's the militia that preserve,
Yeah.
these people that preserve the history of
they
the
take
cars
it
and stuff,
seriously.
and they take pride in it. Everyone, and I love that, the preservation, because if you forget your past, a lot of things change for us. So I don't want us to forget our past, so it's a wonderful thing. And here, bringing this in right now, the General Society of the Mayflower Descendants all over the country.
Right, and that's at Old Winslow House there on North Street, where we reenact the Pilgrims Going to Church. We have a lot of things that come out of that house historically. But here, descendants. I mean, you got more than 30 million in America.
And you keep saying we. Can you remind our viewers who have not watched this parade with us before that you are indeed
I
a
am a
descendant?
descendant of Thomas Rogers, came over on the Mayflower. And now he died, but he brought his son. So that's why I'm here.
So that's why you're here. Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yes, but again, the detail, Ollie, on even reenacting these buildings, or remaking them, I should say, is really phenomenal.
Yeah, we enjoyed the detail. Hats off, of course, to our old friend, Carl, who helped us build all of these. The details, man, so you go up the street and look at that house, they're identical. It's great.
That's awesome. And I guess we're coming up to another Drum and Bugle Corps.
Yeah.
Crusaders.
Oh, yes, the
Austin.
Crusaders Senior Drum Corps. They were established in 1991. They carry on the proud traditions of the most precious blood crusaders of Hyde Park and the champion Senior Drum and Bugle Corps. Let's listen on in to the Crusaders.
Pretty awesome. The Crusaders Senior Corps stands as one of the most active senior corps in all of New England. Well done.
Yes,
Awesome.
impressive.
And Ollie, speak about Tracy Cadillac and Chevrolet, and a lot of these sponsors that are allowing us to continue.
Well,
This is fun. This next one's going to be fun. We're going
Yeah.
to give it a little bit of a break. It's fun. We have, you'll see as he comes here, they got a T-shirt cannon. So usually when the hill is all filled without the rain, and there's one of our, board of directors member. She's going to start shooting that. Look at it.
Oh, look!
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that
she's
looks like a good time.
Yeah, that's right.
Where do we get one of those?
She enjoys herself. You guys got people with arms on your float, but
Wow, that's going.
oh, there she goes.
That's top of Coles Hill, right?
I was
Straight to
gonna-
the top.
That T-shirt ended up in Kingston.
That's
Don't slide down that hill, though. It's pretty wet. But hey, be careful up there, guys, okay?
Look at this float. They got creative and they stuck that.
What's fire that thing? Air pressure?
Yeah.
What, air pressure? What?
Yes.
Yeah.
CO2.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he enjoys it.
It's one of those things where even, it's the spirit of this parade that brings people out year after year, rain or shine.
Look
and it's
at
about
the number of people on the hill.
Getting together. And Ollie, we mentioned earlier, too, this really sets the tone for the holidays.
It does.
This
It's the
parade.
beginning, yes. And it's a great time. The holidays, obviously, most of us really enjoy the holidays, being with our families, and this is a fun thing. So we just, again, all the sponsors make this stuff happen. They're shooting all kinds of, there's some serious T-shirts throughout this whole parade. Literally hundreds and hundreds of T-shirts will be going out from this little cannon.
Speak to the man and women hours that are put into putting this parade on every year.
Oh,
because you start almost at the time of cleaning up the confetti from the year before.
Yeah, it's true. That's what makes it. The process is just as important as this product. All the people, the camaraderie you have, the friendships that the people, have with one another over the years. It's really wonderful. It's part of the community, and this is what our event's about. It's really about all of us. We're all part of it. You do your thing, I do my thing, the cars do their thing, the reenactors do their thing, but all together, it's America at its best.
We came into Plymouth last night, and we attended the event with you, Ollie and Paul, but then we also met a lot of people around town, and I gotta say, the atmosphere, the vibe, everything is just so joyful as we make our way to the holiday season. And as we speak of going towards Thanksgiving, this we have right here.
Yes.
This is the Cranberry Salute.
Ollie,
Fox Rock Farms.
talk about food insecurity. This is combining also the honeybees, right? This is really phenomenal. And Fox Rock Farms, and the thing is, there's been a depopulation of honeybees around, and this is a really good combination. But
they've been great to us. This sponsor's been really great.
You can see the little hive on the float there.
Yeah, you can see we did this all over for him. Of course, he's really trying to preserve the bees, but
Karen
really,
and Rob Hale.
Yes, Karen and Rob Hale. We really do appreciate what they've done for us. They're just this is what happens. People from all over, the Commonwealth come and help us to make this thing a reality.
Oh, look, we got some video
there
here
we
of
go.
you guys.
Some video. That was when I was showing off how it all went. See, there's a bus in there somewhere.
Tell the
There's an old
people
school
at
bus.
home that these floats, if you've never seen one in person, what is under there?
That's a bus. That's an old school bus that we chop off. We kill everything off, and then we hide it all, and our driver's in there. And we create all this. We just want to make it a float. Just like Paul always says, his float buys you. So this is the cranberry country, and of course, we're known for that. There isn't a Thanksgiving table across the country that doesn't have cranberries, and it really began right here again. Right here in Plymouth County is where the first cranberries grow.
Some of the carnage there are the buses.
Yes.
That's like the leftover turkeys after the...
I don't know if they got any clips of the bus tops. We chop them off and change everything. So.
What was cool about the scoop, though, that you explained to me that you took a smaller original scoop.
Yes.
You dismantled it.
Yes.
Measured it, and then upscaled it, and then put it back together. So if there was somebody big enough, they could pick that up and properly scoop up some cranberries. All right.
Beekeeper.
There you go. There's
There's the beekeeper. Were there cranberries at the first Thanksgiving?
Yes, and often there was, but of course that came from the bitter berry came from the natives, and the natives were the one who taught the pilgrims and would introduce it over the years. So probably not cranberry sauce like you have today.
Wait, not in the can? You mean they didn't
not
have it in the can
okay?
at the first Thanksgiving?
But the point is that there's a tradition, though it's not historically footnoted, that popcorn was at the first Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Because they were able to do that again from the Native American. But again, you can't quote me on that one because I don't have all the footnotes.
You have a hard time
That's
convincing me Jiffy Pop.
Now, I don't think Jiffy
No,
Pop-
all right.
Yeah.
What the cool thing about the cranberry, though, a little more research for you.
Oh, wow.
Cranberry, blueberry, and Concord grape. There are only 3 native North American fruits that are commonly cultivated, this according to the cranberry people. So those were the first 3.
Yep.
It's still the original to North America. So we thank all the cranberry growers. As a kid who got to skate on cranberry bogs as a kid.
Oh, I did that all the
growing up,
time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was tough because you'd stain the bottom of your skates with the cranberries. But
Oh, is that why it's the official berry of Massachusetts? Okay, here we go. We've got the U.S. Navy Band making their way down the street here. Let's listen in for a bit.
the Marine Guard as well behind them from 1812, the Historic Marine Education Incorporated. All volunteer educational 501c corporation at the oldest Marine barracks in the U.S., of course, located in the Charlestown Navy Yard. Good to see them.
That's why the USS Constitution crew as well. And of course, that USS Constitution never lost a battle.
Nope.
And you can't tell because they're wearing their rain jackets right now, but under that, the USS Constitution crew, they typically wear, if you've ever visited the Constitution in Boston, they wear a Navy uniform as they would be wearing back in the ship's heyday from its commissioning in 1797 through the war in 1812. Always a great thing to see if you're in Boston.
Okay, so who you see coming up right now is the Amsterdam High School Rams. We're going to pause for a quick commercial break. When we come back, they're going to play for you. Again, we want to thank you for joining us for America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration Parade. Stay with us. Welcome back to Plymouth, Massachusetts, and America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration Parade, the 28th annual that goes off rain or shine.
There you see where the home of Plymouth Rock is. Thank you so much for being with us for such a great day, albeit a little rainy. I'm Antoinette Antonio, along with Doug Meehan, Parade Director Ollie DiMacedo, and our resident historian, Dr. Paul J. Lee.
Hey, quickly, Ollie, quick shout out to whoever gave us these flowers. Real quick. Oh, fix that up there. There you go.
Oh, you got me?
Yeah.
Artistic Blossom, Kelly Doloff. We love her. Look, she does a nice job for us every year here out front. And we're blessed. These are all volunteers, people. This is all done for us, and I can't thank them enough. That's what makes the thing happen.
Absolutely amazing. All right, let's get to our next performance. We've got a high school band, the Amsterdam High School Rams, known in their hometown of Amsterdam, New York, as the Pride of Amsterdam. The Amsterdam Marching Rams are made up of over 100 instrumentalists, majorettes, and color guard members. They are under the direction of band director Ann Willery, assistant director Cody Chamberlain, majorette advisor Christina DeLuca, color guard advisor Christina Savoy, and percussion advisor Troy Fichette. Let's hear it for the Amsterdam Rams.
Amsterdam High School Marching Band, the Rams, all the way from the pride of Amsterdam, New York. Well done. Welcome to
Great
Plymouth.
You know, Ollie, and
They gotta be
with
cool.
this theme of this year, you have several high school bands here this year.
We do.
The next generation. And,
That's right.
And they're competing, I think.
No, well, we've got some surprises on the way.
You know, I just love that they all did this with big smiles on their face.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It is not warm out here and it is not dry out here, but nonetheless, they are out here making it happen. Well done, Amsterdam High School Rams.
They
They got
perform
the
all
energy.
throughout the Northeast all year round, yeah.
You know what? It's good to be young, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. I remember those days.
The things we used to do. I mean, we used to play
Oh,
football in this rain.
That's right.
Oh,
I am neither confirming or denying anything, Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Loving the purple and gold flare that they wear as well.
How do you, by the way, reach out to the various bands to get them to come out? I mean, what kind of a process is that?
well, it varies.
Yeah.
People we know, people we've known in the past, you know. So that's how we all do it. It's all exciting part of the process. And we have a lot more even coming our way this year. You'll see.
And here's the members of the Antiquarian Society. And that was a society that started in the early 1900s, and they're representing and dressed like the 1920s. Do you remember that decade?
Well, if it wasn't around the 80s, I can't be.
But this is Plymouth's very own historical society, correct?
That's right. And so it's a tremendous historical society and located at the Hedge House up in the town. And
So what's the goal of a group like this? Is it just to represent that time or organization?
represent the time, but also to preserve the history around that time.
Well, what we have with them as well, we have the Old Colony Club with them.
That's right.
As you can tell, right behind with those top
Exactly.
hats, you know, and they're the oldest. Paul, you used to be a part of these people.
I am still a part of
Okay.
these people. But the thing is, the Old Colony Club is a first men's club that celebrated the Pilgrims stepping on Plymouth Rock. So they were the first ones to do that, and on December 22nd, 1769. And so they commemorated that and preserved it. But they were one day off, so to speak. They had said they only had to have 10 days changed from the December 11 to December 21. So we have 2 days to celebrate Forefathers Day in Plymouth.
Hey, Ollie, is that your tractor right there?
That is my
your red
tractor.
tractor and hayride?
Yeah.
How about that? Is
I
again
fixed
to
that all
honor-
up over the years. you
Again,
know.
to honor the farmers in
That's
our
right.
area and all around.
Look at that thing.
What year is that thing?
That's a 48.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many of these things you have?
My wife says too many.
That's the right answer.
His house is a museum, just so you know that. Yeah.
That is really fantastic. And of course, another group of the old-timey cars there. Just trying to figure out. You have to bear with us a little bit because with the rain, things are kind of shuffled around a bit with what we see coming down our parade route. But again, we want to thank all the folks that have stuck around to see the parade, but also the folks that may have been watching the rain, getting ready to roll in our area, but they still showed up, and the participants showed up. They broke out all the old cars, and some of the floats continue to come down the street. This is this old Pilgrim Hall Museum?
Yes.
This is where I first started my research on the Pilgrims in Pilgrim Hall Museum archives. A shout out to them. This is a very great float. I've been going in, showing them pictures, and as this comes together. So Ollie, tell them what we did. Look, what's the base of this float?
This was an old motorhome that we cut all apart, and then we made this great museum, which obviously right here in town is the oldest museum in the country, still going every day. And basically, the woman who runs it now actually was a classmate of mine in the 8th grade, Donna Curtin.
Donna Curtin.
So it's really great just to honor them, to see what we've done. We took a long time to build this, all different parts to make it all happen, but it tells the story. This was one place that the Plymouth Rock was. For 50 years, Plymouth Rock actually was in front of the Pilgrim Hall Museum.
Oh.
That's why we show it here.
Yeah.
And
The top half.
That's right. The top half, because there was 2 parts of it. You know that, right?
Yeah, I learned that at the float barn.
And listen, the Pilgrim Hall Museum has all the kinds of artifacts that came over in the Mayflower. Over the years, people would bring them in because there was no such thing as tourism until Pilgrim Hall Museum came, and people started coming to Plymouth.
And I was also looking at their website. You can learn all about all sorts of things. The Pilgrims' own personal biographies, and you can learn more about who exactly was on the Mayflower.
Right, and the original cradle, Peregrine White.
That's
born
right.
on the-
Born on the Mayflower and the journey here.
Bradford's original Bible. All those kinds of things are in Pilgrim Hall Museum.
And also about that interrelationship between the original peoples of the area
Exactly.
and the Pilgrims and the Wampanoags and how important that was.
And that's preserved too in the hall, so you can read all about that. So it's a tremendous place to go. And they're under renovation again. So Ollie, this is good. They'll be able to see that. That's how small it originally was.
Yeah,
But
right.
it wasn't the size of a motorhome. Okay.
Yeah, we're proud of that little float.
And just ahead, this is the believe this is the Sacrament Golden Knights, Blessed Sacrament Golden Knights. I mean, I'm only going to assume that based on the color of their outfits.
Yes.
But it's a pretty good guess.
That's a very good guess, Doug.
First organized in 1946, they assumed the nickname Golden Knights in 1952. From Newark, New Jersey, the Blessed Sacrament Golden Knights hold 9 national titles, 19 New Jersey state titles, 11 national dream titles, and the first World Open title. I do want to mention, last night we met some members in the hotel, in the elevator, 10 members from Massachusetts. So let's listen in to the Golden Knights.
Wow. Great.
All right, celebrating their 34th year together. Great job.
And I wanted to thank Tiny and Sons for making that happen for us. Another one of our great sponsors. This float here is great.
Yeah, this is the Louis Braille 1824 float. From its reading, the Sock Duct System. So before,
6-dot system.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And he was doing that at 15 years of age. He was inventing that, taking what he already had learned from a previous historian and bringing it to life. And so this is a phenomenal one here, and the actor's reenacting this.
And that was 1824 when Louis Braille invented the 6-dot system. So the National Braille Association has been celebrating 200 years of Braille. And really, when you think about it, how this system has enriched so many people's lives.
Absolutely.
Not only that, one of the things I love the saying that he has, it says, bringing light to darkness. And I think it's really, really excellent. And we have some actors on there kind of just pretending. And a lot of us, we just look at no big deal. We don't have any of these handicap things, but this is wonderful to see that still a lot of people who suffer with blindness, and we have all these, the great Perkins School of the Blind here in Boston.
This is kind of the original building, if I'm not mistaken, the Perkins School for the Blind. It was founded in 1829. It was the oldest school for the blind in the U.S. Of course, many years later, it moved over to the campus in Watertown, and they have a beautiful 38-acre campus over there, and it's just remarkable the work that's being done.
And it's for a great, great, great cause.
And you notice that how we do the reenactors too. And some of these reenactors, Ollie, bring it to life, even as people watch these floats go by. And of course, Braille ended up being modified and brought to the United States by the 1870s.
Just awesome. Where'd you find those old desks, Ollie? Those in themselves.
I've had those for a while, too.
Those are from your house as well.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Again, Ollie's house is a museum.
I
of
never
its own.
throw away any.
Those are great.
That's really cute. That's one of my kids' little desks. See her back there? Little roll-top desk, yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, here we have the National Guard Lancers.
Yes.
We've reached 1836 in our chronological timeline here, making its way down the street. Organized in 1836 to provide mounted escort for the governor, as well as to enforce the law, and to defend from invasion and insurrection. They served in 17 campaigns in the Civil War and World War I.
Now mostly a ceremonial cavalry unit in the National Guard from Massachusetts. Their mission to provide mounted color guards, escorts, troops, and ceremonies for parades across the Commonwealth at events and reenactments of Paul Revere. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. I don't know if I've seen those type of helmets before. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, it does. And of course, again, reenactors, you could go talk to them, and they'll tell you exactly what they wore and why.
They're a quiet group, but... And you know what? Hey, look at those turkeys.
Oh, they're not a quiet group. Hey!
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
They see themselves on the Jumbotron up here.
Well, that group's not worried about a week from this coming Thursday, so they're fine. They're absolutely fine. And you know what?
I love this.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Way to go, everybody. I just want to give a shout out to also the, not all heroes wear capes. Some of them carry pooper scoopers.
This is true.
And, you know, they're walking the parade route behind some of those horses. So we want to give a shout out to them as well.
And you know, that's how Sam Adams started. He was a street cleaner.
Oh.
Street cleaner at the Revolution.
Well, you got to work your way up.
So you know what? He served his town, and he ended up leading it.
This next flow here, this is a great one. This one is marking Normandy at 80, as well as Taps at 150.
You know, this is one of those kinds of floats that, as I began to ponder these anniversaries, we began to recognize this. Let's listen in. This 150 years of this being the somber, they call it 24 somber notes. And one of the things that we've put on this float is combining the generations again. The girl that's on this float is actually a descendant of the Brewster family from the Mayflower, but also her great-grandfather was on Normandy, and those are his boots.
And also her grandfather's boots. I met her grandfather last night. He was a Vietnam veteran, so both her grandfather and great-grandfather served. So we thank you.
Yeah, you know, one of the
Thank
things.
them for their service, and we also thank the military families.
Absolutely. When I hear Taps, no matter when I hear Taps, I always think about the sacrifice that's made.
Yes.
And for the people to have to hear that in one of their own. And I say it every time, every year. I am grateful for all those men and women who have given so much, especially those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for what we all enjoy every day. And we're thankful for that. That's why we do this event.
Exactly. And you know, those crosses that were made in that way with the poppies right next to them, symbolizing the blood of what was given for liberty. It's really Flanders Field, Normandy, very somber.
If you ever get a chance to visit the National Memorial down there in Bourne, the cemetery down there, and attend a service there when that Taps is played.
I've conducted
it's
several.
remarkable, absolutely remarkable. Hey, interesting to me too about Taps itself. Just a few seconds with that song. It was a blending of two different songs.
Yes, it was. Yep.
The French Extinguished the Lights and the British's Last Poet, both used by the Union and Confederate troops. Just simply 24 notes, but nothing stronger. All right.
Here we have the Be What Remains Civilian 1860s Living History Group. They are along with the New England Brigade here.
I guess the members here really seeking to represent the complexities of the 19th century life through the individual interpretation in order to create this living museum. And it's
exactly. You know, there's another group right behind it, the Be What Remains Civilian Group. These are historians located primarily in southern New England, and they participate in all kinds of military living history. And the idea was, look, many people are left behind, and many people want to continue that and preserve that history, and that's very important.
Cape Cod 5, visit the food truck rally.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cape Cod 5, another friends of ours. And we have, again, community makes it all happen. We thank all our sponsors for doing that. And,
all right. Thanks you. We're going to take a quick break here. We don't want folks to go anywhere. We have still plenty to come from Plymouth, Massachusetts, and America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration Parade right after this quick break.
Now, back to America's hometown Thanksgiving celebration.
Welcome back as you look over Plymouth, Massachusetts right now on a rainy, blustery day. There we have the Mayflower 2 right along the waterfront here in Plymouth. And we are just having a great day despite the weather out here.
And good crowds, too, along the
An amazing crowd out here. So we are getting ready for our next performance here. These are the Hawthorne Caballeros.
Okay, so they're from Hawthorne, New Jersey, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Performance Excellence. Organized in 1994, the Caballeros Alumni Drum and Bugle Corps, representing American Legion Post 199. Corps Director Chris Sorrentino with Assistant Director Drum Major Tyrone Laval. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hawthorne Caballeros.
They're going to put some in everything.
Ollie, this is one of your favorite groups.
Oh, I love them. They can make you, I was just saying earlier, they can make you feel warm inside. Great music.
They got
great
you moving
music.
out there. This is good.
They do.
Good.
That was powerful. And oh, by the way, the Cabs, as they're known,
Yes.
The alumni wear the signature Caballeros uniform. First appearing in field competition in Trenton, New Jersey, back in 1947.
Wow.
They have 16 American Legion National Championships and 10 DCA World Championships. Well done, Caballeros.
1947, that was even before I was born. Man.
Only by a year.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
We got the Christmas music going.
Bringing in the holidays.
Just great. You know, I just want to be honest about this. They're not spring chickens.
No.
All right?
Yes.
I mean, there's some senior members out there.
They're walking in the rain.
Yes.
No, they're dancing in the rain.
And they are ripping those horns.
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
ripping them. Just awesome.
It is amazing.
I
Wow.
hope I didn't offend anybody, but I just wanted to broaden recognition of that.
There you go, good.
As a person
after
quickly
telling everybody how
approaching
old I was.
Yes, well.
That's why I let you guys say it and not me.
All right, this is the part of the Yankee division and the 215th Army Band that's behind them, but the Yankee division, I believe, right? Oh, this is the 26th Infantry. I want to just make sure
Yes.
we're.
Yeah, this is the 26th Yankee Division World War II Living History Group. They're dedicated to preserving the memory of our veterans and the greatest generation.
That's right.
The unit includes the vintage vehicles used in World War II. This is the largest Allied unit in the Northeast. The organization participates in historical reenactments, parades like this one, and living history displays. Following them is the 215th Army
And
Band.
you know, the 215th Army Band, Ollie, has been with us for years, for decades. Very faithful.
They're the music ambassador of the Commonwealth. The 215th Band is the second oldest in the country.
Wow.
How about that? The 215th, as they're known, stationed down at Fall River. Let's listen in. Those K-songs go marching along. Just fantastic. Just trying to see.
Yes, and that's, of course,
Oh, Battleship Cove. We're talking about Battleship Cove. If you've ever been around this area and take a ride down to Battleship Cove, just awesome. They have the USS Massachusetts down there. By the way, the USS Massachusetts holds the record of the heaviest ship ever launched from Quincy.
Wow.
She was known as Big Mammy.
Big Mammy. You're doing your homework, man.
Well, I just want to.
Doug, you're doing great. Pretty soon we may not even need Pilgrim Paul anymore.
That's right.
Oh, no.
I got to up and retire. I'm so old. He's made me even older than I am.
Yeah.
He's the only one with the uniform. So we keep Paul. He's
Okay, following the Coast Guard contingent, we now have the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary.
well, this is the.
No, this is brought to us by the
No,
yes, Sullivan Brothers. You know, this is United States Marine Corps from Washington, D.C., and I'm just so grateful for the Sullivan Brothers for helping us every year to put stuff like this here, bringing them all the way up from Washington.
We're going to listen to them right after this commercial break. Please stay with us with more from Plymouth, Massachusetts for America's hometown Thanksgiving celebration.
And welcome back to America's hometown Thanksgiving celebration from a rainy Plymouth, Massachusetts. But this has not dampened the spirits of those that have gathered here in Plymouth for what is the 28th edition of this marvelous event.
We have our next performers on deck here, the U.S. Marine Corps Drum and Bugle Corps. Formed in 1934, the unit celebrates its 90th year of marching and musical excellence. Let's listen in.
in the tradition of their field music predecessors, these musicians are, by the way, the Commandant's own.
That's right.
And they were, by the way, this is a big deal to have this group here performing at today's parade.
And the only Marine Drum and Bugle Corps in the Armed Forces.
And do you know who they check with to whether or not they can actually perform in this parade? Cindy Fitzgibbon.
They did
Last night, they went up to Cindy to find out if it was going to be okay for them to perform. So the Marines go to Cindy Fitzgibbon.
That's great. American Legion Post 40 and the VFW coming here. And Ollie, these have been tremendously supportive organizations, and we've always wanted to honor the veterans right here locally.
We thank you all for your service.
Wow. I got to tell you, beating this weather, we've never had a bad weather deal, but
In 28 years.
that's right, in 28 years. This is our first. But you know what? I'm thankful for all those years we've never had it, but I'm also thankful that we're doing it right through the middle of the
That's
rain.
right.
It's
It
just
makes
awesome.
this tough. It builds character.
And not only that, it builds smiles, too.
That's
because
right.
We've seen the smiles
Yeah.
of both young and old out there today that have joined us to watch
Yeah.
this live. And I know there's a lot of folks at home that are enjoying it as well.
You're going to love this. Look at
What do we have here?
this. The world champion.
But you know, Ollie, this is Boston Sand, right?
Yeah, Boston Sand and Gravel. This is a company I worked for 35 years. Great, great people. The founder was one of that started this whole thing many, many years ago. And I think of him all the time when Boston Sand comes down the street. Look at this. They're having fun. There's some dancers. Look at them.
We're celebrating Banner 18. Listen.
That's right. Whoa.
Doug, you and I could score in that hoop.
Well, I tell you, I was down there at the float barn with Ollie, and you were there as well, Paul. And what people may not notice at home is the size of that basket. What'd you say the diameter was on that thing?
10 feet
10
wide.
feet wide. So I could put up 30 on a night with that.
Yeah, you could.
That wide.
Yeah, you could hit it.
And
It's so good to have them. Look at them. They're here enjoying it.
And not only that, just what it took to build this hoop
Oh, I
and that
know.
ball.
Well, I had some friends from Weymouth, Armor Welding. They came up, they helped me weld it. Then I finished welding it, and you can tell. I told you can tell the difference in my welding and their welding. But we got it done. It's just so good, and it's great to have champions because we are becoming, the world champions. Boston has a lot of those.
Well, the Celtics are the only team. They've won more games, won more championships, played more games than any other NBA team. And I was in the airport one time with a guy ready to fly out, and he looked at all the banners. And he goes, "You guys."
so many.
He goes, "I have one in my town."
Well, they just raised the latest banner in the airport, and they've run out of room. This is called Titletown for a reason.
Those are called good problems to have. I
Yes,
guess,
they
right?
are
Right?
indeed.
And
All
of
right.
course,
Let's give it up for the Celtics dancers, by the way, out here in the rain. Big smiles and all.
the Celtics, of course, just this past week down at the White House, being recognized for Banner 18 as well. Although I'm imagining that these dancers are probably the warmest of anybody in this.
They're moving.
Yeah.
They're moving.
They can stay warm.
That's right. Again, to be young. That's awesome. Just
There
awesome.
they are.
And
They're
all
your world champs.
what's great too is all the attention to detail that you and your team did in putting together these floats. There's a lot of stuff you cannot see at home. The detail and attention to that is remarkable. I mean,
Look at that.
just the garden itself, the Zakin Bridge.
Yes, and
Boston
you know,
Sand and Gravel,
Boston Sand and Gravel
Right,
by
right.
the Zakin Bridge.
Let me tell you what, that's just as iconic of a building
Absolutely.
in Boston as any.
Everyone knows it when they pass by.
Boston Sand. Listen, even though the radio forecast, when the traffic says, well, when you get to the Boston Sand, they all know. It is iconic. It's a great company.
Affleck used it as a scene in the town as well. It's where he worked, and the
Yeah.
guys did it there. Not that you've seen that happen there at all. but-
Hey, look, I remember going to the Celtics at the old garden.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, yes.
But listen, the whole thing with the Boston guy and everything, I just have to shout out Mr. B. I know he's in heaven watching us, but he was one of the first person to really fund this little event of ours, and it's come a long way. I'm always so proud to just acknowledge Boston Sand and Gravel. Great company to work for.
Give me a comparison between year 1 and year 28.
Oh my God.
Oh my word! I
Yeah.
was thinking about it the other day. Remember that big donation we thought was
Well,
big
listen,
back then?
listen. First of all, let me tell you something. Some of the first floats were old Boston Sand service trucks. One of them was an old McNamara truck, for those who understand that. But we made them. That's how we started with the floats. These little trucks. Big trucks. Now they're buses, but we've come a long way from little service trucks to big buses.
Yeah, buses,
but it's been great.
RVs.
Yes, it's all great.
But the ideas have always been the same. We've always
Yes.
done the same thing. Honor the veterans.
There's a Boston guy, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think? This is Aiken Bridge. Yeah.
Even the parquet floor.
Yes.
On that, too.
Wait, but do you switch it out to green when they're in
Celtics mode.
cup play?
Oh, yeah. And that's, even the confetti flew.
That's sitting on our desk right here. I mean, it's got some legs to it.
It's awesome.
And so right behind them, I think, not only recognizing El Knife and Sons, of course, a principal sponsor of this, as the Celtics float gets moving, the North Star Drum and Bugle Corps, which was founded by Jim and Linda O'Brien back in 2014. The Corps, based in Greater Boston area, has members from over 6 states representing 25 different corps. The Corps is a constitution of the original North Star, which is a perennial Drum Corps International finalist in the 1970s and the 1980s.
They've actually been here since the very beginning, close to the beginning, right?
Yes.
That's right.
You want to make a quick mention?
Yeah, I do. El Knife and Son is sponsoring this. And by the way, for those of you who know, all these floats are made at the old El Knife and Sons. And Jerry Sheehan and his lovely, lovely wife have been so generous with us for so many years to allow us to do what we do and to bring this all to Plymouth. And I can't thank them enough.
All right, we're going to thank them with the North Star Drum and Bugle Corps. We are celebrating the good times
We are.
here today at America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration Parade. Ollie, while they're getting ready to march on, I know you wanted to make a quick shout out because at the parade barn, we've been showing some of the behind the scenes action of what it was like to build the floats that folks have been saying. But the parade, the barn,
facelift.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I wanted to thank some people. Jeff Cohn, who
Please do.
painted all the buildings. You know, we had East Coast Fence, beautiful fencing out there. Rafe Vega with the asphalt. And Samuel Russo, David Bristol, that donate all these different things to make where we build these floats more livable, more presentable. And I thank all the people that help and contribute. We have tons of them.
Our next group marching here is the Plymouth Civil Air Patrol. Here are volunteer members of the Pilgrim Composite Squadron Civil Air Patrol, whose mission is to continue an 80-year-old tradition of emergency service to America for aerospace and education cadet programs.
Bet you didn't know I was a Civil Air Patrol alumnus.
Were you?
Yes,
Oh.
indeed. I wore the Civil Air Patrol uniform when I was a kid.
How
I was
have
a
I known
member
you
of the
for this
Civil Air
many
Patrol.
years?
We should have had you down there.
No, wait a minute.
With the group and then come.
Go march, Doug.
Oh, my marching days are over.
The first time I met you were a helicopter pilot.
Well, not a pilot, but
What is
I,
it what they call-
I rode in the helicopter.
Oh, you did. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I could tell you that I flew it, but yeah, what a great organization, though. And they were involved a lot in search and rescue. too.
If you walk with them, I'll go with the All Calm.
All right,
Club. It's just gonna make it a.
You guys do not leave me
And
up
the
here by
Mayflower
myself.
Yeah, it was great. It was like middle school, Civil Air, down at Otis Air Force Base.
Oh.
The F-106s used to fly out of Otis.
Oh yeah.
What do we got here?
Sorry, I got distracted. Is this the Connecticut alumni
Yep.
coming up? Okay.
They've been with us too, Ollie.
Long time.
Founded in 1984, the foresight and inspiration of former members of the Connecticut Hurricane Drum and Bugle Corps, membership consisting of many drum corps across Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts. Let's listen in. You know what strikes me about a lot of these alumni drum and bugle corps groups is that, these are folks that probably were able to play when they were in high school, middle school, as kids growing up, involved in various groups and bands. But now, in their adult life, they can continue on, perform the instruments that they love.
I never played in drum and bugle corps. My brother did.
Yeah.
But I played the accordion when I was young, and I still try to do that.
That's tough to march with, though, I would imagine.
I don't do a march.
Oh, okay.
But what a thrill.
No, just parties.
What a thrill it must be them to be able to continue.
Oh, absolutely.
Continue that. All right, Aldi, you wanted to mention the theme of this year's parade.
This is one where We Are the World. I think everybody knows the song. I'm going to let you guys listen to it first, then I'll talk about it. It's a little school from Boston.
Yes, this is St. Columkill School. St. Cols, they are called. They sent us a wake-up call earlier this week. They are going to be singing We Are the World.
That's right. And we want to thank our friends from Tech Edge, great company here locally in Plymouth who makes pots for all kinds of different things. And I'll touch on it, but I want to hear these young kids sing. Singing.
How great is that?
Great job.
We just lost Quincy Jones.
That's right.
He just passed, but I'm sure he's looking down on these kids, thinking about his song.
You got it. Well, the reason we did this is that with everything going on in the world, I just thought we'd go back to where it really needs to be focused, which is our future.
Most important.
It's our children.
Right. Yep.
And I think, and this is why we have this song, and they're singing them. We have kids all kinds from behind them. You'll see them, and we thank Tech Edge.
Over 100 children behind the float. Again, it's our responsibility as older people to set the example.
Yes.
And to train them the way they need to be, but they're going to be the future.
There's a future
right there.
Parade director in that bunch.
There you go.
That's true. true.
It's true.
Here we go. The world.
I got to say, they did better than Bob Dylan, that's for
That's
sure.
right.
Way better than Bob
practicing,
Dylan did in
yes.
the original song.
Oh, thank you so much to the kids from St. Paul's in Brighton, Massachusetts.
And there's a bunch of other schools that send in some kids as well. They're marching behind there, our own. No, that's awesome. Because you think of the future's right behind it.
And hang on tight to this World Globe balloon, kids, because
yeah.
we
Yes.
have some wind moving on in
That's
later.
right.
But really, truly an amazing representation of what the world needs to be. Children from all backgrounds, all ethnicities gathering together.
And of course, brought to us by Tech Catch, which we really, really, really appreciate.
Met some of them last night. Great folks.
Yes.
Wow.
And look, I was telling one of the chaperones who were preparing for this, kids will love it. Rain, shine,
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They like being out
Hey,
in the
splash of the puddles? How about a little something from the Mass Maritime Marching Band from down there at the canal, the pride of the regiment of cadets. And by the way, this flag is being carried by the Mass Maritime Honor Guard. We want to thank them as well for carrying Old Glory down the streets here in Plymouth along the waterfront. What an amazing
Oh, people
view.
love that iconic picture from
Yep.
the high above the parade route and up on the hill.
I do not want to be the person that has to clean up this confetti, though. When it's on the road all wet like this, oh my goodness.
You don't actually have to, doesn't it? It just
Melts away.
it melts away. Yep. So just like snowflakes.
We don't have to shovel it, though. That's good.
We're not talking about snow just yet.
That's quite a school down there at Mass Maritime. These
It
are the future leaders of our maritime industry. Some of them get their commission. They head off into serve in our military as well.
Yeah, we've had some graduates of our own academy that go there, and I visit there every now and then, known some professors. One of my next door neighbors is a professor. That's a great school.
God bless them, though, because that is going to be the coldest spot to go to school. I'm telling you, you can walk across campus. Of course, as a I don't know if they call them freshmen or plebes, they have to run to class their first semester.
Oh, yeah.
They're not allowed to walk. You have to jog to class as a first.
What happens if you walk?
Well, you'll
and
get in
don't run?
trouble.
Oh,
You've
my.
got to follow the rules.
Doug, you would never get in trouble, though.
No.
All right, let's move on to our next high school band, continuing with our theme that the children are the future. These high schoolers hail from Wallington, New Jersey. The Wallington Junior Senior High School Band was founded in 1954 by Mr. Wallace Balicki 70 years ago and has since grown into an organization of more than 50 students. Let's listen in to the Wallington Junior Senior High School Band.
You know, it's not often you get kids not only that are in the junior high school, but paired up with the folks that are in the senior high school. But that's quite an age spread of kids right there.
It is.
Pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
High stepping through the puddles of Plymouth, but enjoying every step of the way.
And Ollie, we're seeing more and more, even among our committee, there are younger people now taking charge on some of these things. And that's awesome to see it, because we got several generations now.
Fantastic.
And, you know, we used to be young.
Used to be.
Now we're the older ones.
It's great.
Wow.
Just awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Wallington Junior Senior High School Band from Wallington, New Jersey.
Hey, as we have a second here, Ollie and Paul, if you guys can just kind of reflect back as to what was the inspiration when you guys first decided to get this thing stepping off 28 years ago. Was it an idea of kind of focusing on Plymouth? Because as you had said, Ollie, when it comes to Thanksgiving, it's Plymouth's. You own it.
Plymouth owns
right.
Thanksgiving.
It kind of got put in our laps. You know, I was just volunteering, and the next thing I know, I was going to be running a parade, and I reached out to Paul. And I love history, as you know, and I love telling the story of America. So to us, it was just a natural thing for us to do, to tell the story. So that's how it all began.
You know, now look at this next group that's coming down here. Here they're Brazilians, and they want to honor their heritage, but they are so grateful to be in America. And that combination, Ollie,
Yes.
is huge because, you know, we emphasize the Pilgrims and all the rest, but look at this. These horses are phenomenal.
The Mangalarga Marchador.
I'm glad you
the
took
type
that
of
one.
horse. It's the national horse of Brazil. And these are really skilled riders here. We've seen them year after year. Yes. The Marchador, known for its smooth, elegant gait, remarkable endurance. It reflects the heart and heritage of Brazil.
Now, the breed is more than just a horse, by the way. It's a testament to the dedication of Brazilian riders and breeders who have preserved and refined these qualities over centuries. These folks are true ambassadors of Brazilian culture. These horses stand proudly among us, reminding us of the enduring bond between our two countries, bringing beauty and diversity along the way.
I don't know if you noticed, too, the guy who runs this, Max, he called me. He says, he was so proud that he wanted to have the American flag. He wanted the eagle on the horses. I mean, it means a lot. And for those of us who immigrated here, we love this place. And we want to honor it. Even though we have our cultures, we have where we come from, those things are all important to us. But it's such a great place to be a part of the American dream. And these guys represented in every way.
And you know, that's the beauty of being immigrating to this country. Once upon a time, it was that you hid your culture and you quote unquote assimilated, but now, no, we're embracing, we're retaining our language, we're retaining our food, and you know, it's great to see something like this out here as well.
Yeah, so unity
Very
with diversity is what made America great anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we recognize that freedom that many other countries don't have. So this is awesome.
I want to, guessing how many hands high. That's how they measure the horses, right?
Oh.
By hands? Yeah.
Yes.
How high those are the,
You know about this too?
about the hands high? Yeah, up to the, yeah.
He knows this.
Don't you know he knows?
my
He knows a little about a lot, Ollie.
They call that cocktail conversation facts.
Yes.
You know enough just to have a couple of, and then get to the next conversation.
No PhD like you.
Overrated.
Albert, there you go. There you go. I haven't been to Brazil a few times. It's an amazing country as well.
He's blowing a shofar there. See that? That's huge.
It is.
All right, we are going to take a quick little break as we continue America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration Parade from Plymouth, Massachusetts. So much more to come. And by the way, if the kids are at home, you may want to gather them near the television. I hear the jolly old elf is not too far away. We'll continue right after the break.
Now, back to America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration.
Welcome back on in to Plymouth, Massachusetts for the 28th Annual America's Hometown Thanksgiving Celebration. Folks, this is where it all began. Rain or shine here in Plymouth, Massachusetts. We are so thankful to have you along for us on what really has been a special morning here in America's hometown.
Oh, we have some hardy New Englanders who've made their way down to the parade route to enjoy all the sights and sounds of America's hometown Thanksgiving celebration.
The thing is, it's been pilgrim weather.
It has been pilgrim weather.
Put, I guess, to the test.
Yes. So right now, up next, we have the Hanover Lancers. The Lancers Senior Drum and Bugle Corps, originally organized in 1920 by veterans returning from World War I at the Harold H. Blair Post 14 American Legion in Hanover, Pennsylvania. This group consists of members ranging from 15 to 90 years old.
Wow.
We are going to listen in to the Hanover Lancers.
have such a nice float
Wow.
sound. Yes.
Head over Lance is
more.
getting swanky on us, bringing a little bit of different groove.
Oh, they're phenomenal, though, when you see that. They say it's like those drum and bugles were in your face.
Awesome. Let's listen in. Wow, I think, what do they call that, playing to the home crowd, maybe,
Yes.
perhaps? That's well done, Sweet Caroline.
They may be from Pennsylvania, but they know how to appeal to this crowd.
You know what was cool, too? I think I finally saw an instrument that could play. Those bells.
The jingle bells.
Yeah, they look pretty, right in my wheelhouse here. All right, what are we going to do? Listen into another song here, or
I think
why not?
Lancers are a great bunch of guys, and they have a different sound, actually.
And again,
after all these years, I'm learning that the different tones and sounds in some of these bands, some are really strong and loud, and these guys are full. Yeah, I really do enjoy this.
And Antoinette mentioned this. Think about this. This members range from age 15 to 90 years old.
It's a group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, look at this. We have the America's Hometown Express train. And this one, Ollie, this is really special.
One of
right
the
here.
first buses.
Yeah, this was an old bus. I think it's like 1972 bus under here. But this is Christine Alando. She's been with us a long time, and this idea of just collecting, non-perishables to give to the, you talked about it earlier, how some people still need food.
Yeah,
she makes sure that we collect a lot of food along the route, and we get to bless people, and it's really important. It's part of what community means, and she's all about community, so we really thank Christine from the bottom of our hearts.
There's tons of food that are collected right here.
Yeah, and that's important. No, we are at the beginning of the parade route right here. This thing travels up and around the hill and up onto Main Street in Plymouth. And those empty bags, those red ones you see there, now folks are actually starting to hand over some non-perishable food items. You're going to be collecting throughout the entire parade route.
Yes.
Why was it so important to make this a component of this parade?
Well, if you think about it, Thanksgiving, I mean, all of us enjoy Thanksgiving. We don't even think about those people that don't have the ability to enjoy Thanksgiving like we do. So with Christine and her support and her team, we decided what a great way to not only show off a great float, but at the same time just collect food to give to those who don't have as much. And that's really, really, really important. So they're fantastic. Part of our team, part of our community, and they all make it happen for us.
And one of the things that has been always historic in America is out of our bounty we give, voluntarily, charity. I mean, volunteerism built this country, and this kind of charitable giving, think of the tons and the amount of money that's given whenever there's a disaster, voluntarily.
Absolutely. So important to give thanks and give to those in need. We're going to leave you with the America's Hometown Express train as we head to a little bit of a break, but make sure you stay for what is on the other side as we continue to celebrate America's hometown, Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Once again, welcome back to Plymouth, Massachusetts, and America's hometown Thanksgiving celebration parade. It doesn't matter if it's sunny, it doesn't matter if it's cold, it doesn't matter if it's rainy. It all starts here, and we thank everybody that has joined us this morning for what has been truly a special parade at a special morning.
And now we're turning the pages to the season, and here the Victorian carolers are right here, and these Victorian carolers represent what was a staple in New England on the village green, where people would come together at the Christmas season and begin to sing carols about Christ's birth and the meaning of the season. And here they are, about 1870. That means they're pretty old, Doug.
But they knew how to dress back then.
Oh, they did.
I mean, they got the hand muffs going. They are ready to go.
And the hair, too.
Yeah, very, very prepared.
Prepared for this cold weather. And as we told you at the very beginning, this whole parade has been a chronological parade, a history lesson,
Right.
if you will. So we've made our way up through the 1800s.
This is
Right
Christmas
here we
morning.
have Christmas morning, the rocking horse.
Ali, tell us about that.
Well, I made that for my little daughter, Catherine, who is now a grown woman.
All your daughters are grown women.
Yes, that's a long time ago, but it's cool.
And boy, I tell
All these toolbox, I can see that right there up in the front.
And now I come to the big float with on a historic route, but a tremendously festive fruit.
Is this the Center Stage Dancers, the outreach
yes,
team?
it is.
A Massachusetts nonprofit organization committed to positively impacting the lives of people in the community to which they serve to help dancers gain personal growth through giving back, kindness, unity, and leadership. Well done, ladies. Well done. Big old wave and a smile to the camera. There you go.
And they are dressed for the holiday season, aren't they? Let's
All right.
listen in, the Center Stage Dancers, and give them their performance.
We promise it will be worth waiting for.
The suspense makes it worth it.
That's And what's great is the smiles continue even though they showed up
Yes.
this morning. They looked at the weather forecast
Oh, I
and said it's
know.
not going to be the greatest of parade days. But you know, in the end, it's a fantastic parade day.
It is. What determination people have had as well.
The rain probably finally had an effect on us and messed something up here.
Wow. Okay, we're going to move on.
move on.
Let's give a round of applause anyways.
Yeah.
Absolutely, ladies. I'll tell you what. Just showing up, making sure you're part of this wonderful parade that does just continue. How long of a route is it, Ollie, in
Just
total?
about 2 miles.
About
2 miles. 2 miles. All right.
So just because they're not dancing doesn't mean they're not walking all the way through. Oh, there we've got the big man himself with the cannon announcing his arrival, jolly old Saint Nick.
There he is with his reindeer and sleigh on the roof of a home after dropping off his gifts down the chimney. A familiar scene to every good little boy and girl out there. The image, of course, becoming a tradition after Reverend Clement Moore wrote his poem in 1822, over 200 years ago. And this really became our image, that and Coca-Cola, if I'm not mistaken.
And you know, it was based on an historic story of
Yes.
an individual, St. Nicholas, who was a clergyman who actually did give gifts to people.
Oh, it's snowing all of a sudden.
Oh,
Here we
now we
go.
finally get it to snow here now. All right.
Well, we want to thank everybody that has joined us for a very special morning once again, celebrating here in the town of Plymouth, Massachusetts. We want to thank all of you.
And happy Thanksgiving.